Commissioner, can you walk through me obviously we've been talking a lot about healthcare and how, what your role is going to be, but would you walk through with me what your role is going to be with the verification process of this, and kind of clarify that, as far as verifying whether or not, a small business is complied with the mandate, or is that going to be part of your process, in the collection process, beyond that?
So let me give you as much as I can right now with this, me still getting up to speed on this because it's a new provision and it doesn't go into effect for a while. So one is with individuals who will be required to have adequate health insurance. The way that I think this is going to work is, first of all, I want to be 100% clear. IRS is not going to be involved in any way in the sensitive health matters of individuals. I think HHS and insurance companies will work out what adequate coverage means. We will get a simple yes-no information return from the insurance company, the same information return. Think of it like a 1099 will get sent to the individual, which will say, attach this to your tax return and show that you had coverage, or you're going to have a fee that you pay, and we will get that same thing that says yes, they had it, or no, they didn't. And so I think of it similar to a 1099 right now that we get for dividend income, where we get information from a brokerage firm about your dividends, and we go off of that information. And so it'll be information reporting and information matching. For employers, the shared responsibility provision, as I understand it, it's only for people who employ more than 50 employees. And they pay if they don't offer health insurance and an employee goes into an exchange and gets federally subsidized health insurance, so gets a benefit. And again, I think we'll administer that like we administer anything else, is people will pay in. If we see a lot of employees that are getting subsidized insurance from an employer and they haven't self-reported that, that'll trigger something. So, but we haven't really worked through any of the compliance programs.
Do you foresee problems with, if somebody doesn't attach if an individual doesn't attach their verification, or it says, that they've got their health insurance, goes ahead and sends in their return, goes through the process, and you're still going to have to you're either going to have to go ahead and charge them a penalty for not doing that, or you're going to have to verify it someplace, don't you see? It's going to be a horrendous issue trying to figure out how you're going to move forward, because there's going to be people out there that just aren't going to attach that, or aren't going to, or going to simply try to, or aren't going to comply, or whatever the case may be. But is that burden going to fall on you completely? Then you're going to have to determine, you're going to have to make a phone call to you don't even know who the insurance company is, for that matter.
Well, so we'll get an information return from the insurance company, and we'll match that against the return of the individual. And I don't even know that they'll need to attach it. Because we'll have the information, and they'll get a letter. And we have automated programs right now where if you don't report your interest from your bank, but we get information from your bank that you had interest, you'll get a letter. Or we can make an adjustment on your return. And so I think it'll work very much like that. I think of this like other tax provisions that we administer.
Thank you, Madam Chair.